In an act that redefined courtroom television, the iconic show Judge Judy dominated the airwaves for a quarter-century before its formidable star. Judge Judy Sheindlin seemingly vanished, but Judy didn't disappear into retirement. She reinvented herself. What she's built since will astound you. In February 1993, Judy Sheindlin, then a supervising judge, had no idea that a small observation she made would lead to a monumental change in her life. Judy passed the New York State Bar examination in 1965 and immediately went into the corporate world, working as a lawyer for a cosmetics firm. After 2 years, she realized the job was unfulfilling, so she quit to focus on raising her children, Jaime and Adam. In 1972, she was ready to return to work, but this time, she wanted a job that was meaningful. A friend told her about a job as a prosecutor in the New York family court system, and Judy, known for her impressive demeanor, was hired. She quickly earned a reputation for being tough, and her style caught the attention of New York Mayor Ed Koch, who appointed her as a criminal court judge in 1982. By 1986, she was promoted to supervising judge in the family court's Manhattan division. Although some described her brand of justice as harsh, Judy disagreed. Her unapologetic approach, however, made her famous. Her fame led Heidi Getlin to tell her husband, Josh Getlin, a writer for the Los Angeles Times, to write about her. He penned an article describing Judy as a woman determined to make the court system work for the common good. This article brought her to the attention of talent managers Kay Switzer and Sandy Spreeman of Rebel Entertainment. They introduced her to CBS, which featured her in a segment on 60 Minutes. The audience loved her, and Judy became a national sensation, capitalizing on her newfound popularity. Judy wrote the book Don't Pee on My Leg and Tell Me It's Raining. In 1996, afterward, she retired as a family court judge, having presided over more than 20,000 cases. Her resignation wasn't for retirement, however. Her 60 Minutes appearance had created a demand for more. Rebel Entertainment had developed a show idea similar to The People's Court and pitched it to CBS. They loved it and offered Judy the role of judge. She accepted, but there was a problem. She didn't have chemistry with her bailiff. She wanted someone else. In 1995, Hawkins Bird had read an article about Judy's book and was so impressed that he wrote her a letter, offering to put his uniform back on if she ever needed a bailiff. When her phone rang, he knew what his answer would be before she finished talking. Just like that, Judge Judy was born, revolutionizing courtroom TV. Judy's chemistry with Bird was immense. He was a stern bailiff who provided a steady, calming presence that fans loved. They were always eager to hear him say, "Order, all rise." With their dynamic, Judge Judy wasn't just the most popular court show. It became one of the most popular programs ever. It's a shame how things turned out between them, but we'll get to that later. Judge Judy regularly pulled in 9 to 10 million viewers daily, often beating the ratings of The Oprah Winfrey Show. At one point, it was the highest-rated show in all of daytime television. How did it become so popular? We will get to that soon. The show's popularity grew to the point that Americans trusted Judge Judy more than all the justices of the U.S. Supreme Court. She was seen as a pop culture icon, and other shows frequently referenced her to grab audience attention. Despite its public love, the show didn't win a daytime Emmy for years, but Judy herself was winning numerous awards and honors. She received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in February 2006 and was inducted into Broadcasting and Cable's Hall of Fame in October 2012. The awards kept coming, including one from the UCD Law Society in April 2013. Still, Judy was unsatisfied. She wanted her show to win. She worried, but consoled herself by thinking that most shows that won the Emmy were canceled soon after. Then, in 2013, everything changed. After 15 nominations, Judge Judy finally won its first Emmy, opening the floodgates for more awards. The show won again in 2016 and 2017. Judy continued to be honored, winning the Mary Pickford Award at the 2014 Heroes of Hollywood. She might tell you, though, that her greatest recognition was the Guinness World Records she won in 2015 for being the longest-serving judge in courtroom programming history and for having the longest-running courtroom show. Beyond the awards, Judy earned a fortune. Her salary, which was around $25 million per year in 2005, made headlines and boosted her net worth to $95 million, placing her 13th on Forbes' list of the 20 richest women in entertainment. Her wealth wasn't without criticism, however. Some felt it was unfair for her to earn so much while other judges earned significantly less. This wasn't the only criticism she faced. There's more to come. Despite her wealth, Judy was exhausted. Yet, she loved her job and the hold she had on her audience. So when the studio increased her salary to $45 million per year, she enjoyed it even more. The audience adored the show because Judy delivered the kind of justice they wished for in the real world, fast and without technicalities, delays, lawyers, or lengthy appeals. Fans praised her intelligence and called her a human lie detector due to her decades of experience in family court. To them, she was a true hero of justice who defeated wrongdoers with her decisive judgments. But not everyone saw her that way. While many appreciated her early episodes for their fairness, some fans believed she wasn't as good a judge as her reputation suggested. They even questioned if she could be disbarred. Critics accused her of interrupting litigants, prejudging cases, and showing bias against certain demographics. They claimed that whenever Judy had to deal with people on public assistance or with low incomes, she became nasty and dismissive. What many didn't know was that as the seasons went on, Judy became harsher and lost her patience with litigants. The show was extremely profitable, so Judy rarely took breaks. There was no way she could have. The show paid litigants to appear, with fees ranging from $100 to $500, depending on various factors. Litigants also received paid accommodations in Hollywood. Even when Judy awarded fees, the show paid them, not the defendant. This led critics to accuse the show of valuing drama over authenticity, as some litigants allegedly fabricated disputes. To get paid, with a constant stream of litigants, Judy was unable to rest. In 2010, she considered retiring, but her contract wasn't set to expire until 2014. Then, on March 30, 2011, something terrible happened. Judy, thoroughly exhausted, was on set when everything went black. She had fainted and was rushed to the hospital, where doctors discovered she had suffered a mini-stroke. Still, she didn't quit. Instead, she extended her contract, received a salary increase, and was declared the highest-paid TV star that same year. In 2014, she even got a spin-off, Hot Bench, a show that would soon cause her problems. Judy continued her brand of justice, signing another contract extension in 2017 that would take her through 2021. That deal brought her pre-tax earnings to $147 million and created new problems we'll tell you about soon. With the salary boost, Judy forgot about retiring, claiming she would only stop when her audience lost interest. She still felt energetic and loved her work. But she had a new idea she began working on. In March 2020, while on the Ellen DeGeneres show, she announced what many fans had feared. The series would end after its 25th season. Her final days on the show, however, weren't the celebratory farewell she might have hoped for. In 2016, Rebel Entertainment Partners Incorporated and its president, Richard Lawrence, filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against CBS Television Distribution, claiming CBS had cheated them out of money. They argued that because their former employees, Kay Switzerman and Sandy Spreeman, had discovered Judy, they were owed a cut of the profits. They also claimed that Judy's high salary was the reason CBS couldn't afford to pay them, and that the show wasn't as profitable as CBS made it seem. Judy was caught in the legal storm. The woman who had given others justice was accused of taking it unfairly from those who had helped her. She and CBS were accused of not informing Rebel about her other spin-offs to avoid sharing profits. After years as a tough lawyer and an even tougher judge, Judy wasn't about to be walked over. She defended herself, accusing Richard Lawrence of being greedy and not content with the $17 million he had already made from her show. She defended her salary, arguing that it was justified by the value she brought to CBS. In 2018, the court agreed, ruling that Judy was not overpaid and was a valuable asset. However, the court did state that she and CBS should have informed Rebel about any spin-offs. If you thought the drama was over, think again. Rebel Entertainment and Richard weren't satisfied and appealed the judgment. CBS, tired of the legal drama, offered Rebel a deal in 2020. Rebel, believing they had the upper hand, filed another lawsuit, this time adding Judy as a defendant. She had had enough. She refused to deal with Rebel and countersued them for $22 million, accusing them of unfair business practices. To have a case, the court asked her to countersue CBS as well. Judy was at a crossroads, push for the money she wanted or stay loyal to CBS. She chose loyalty and lost her case. She didn't care. The California Court of Appeal agreed with the lower court that CBS hadn't breached its contract with Rebel and was paying them the agreed-upon amount. It turned out Judy herself had been pushing for salary increases every 3 years, seeking more work despite feeling overwhelmed at times. Her victory was short-lived. Another lawsuit followed, this time from old friends turned enemies. Kay Switzer and Sandy Spreeman's trustee, Jay Robinson, sued Judy, CBS, and Big Ticket Television, claiming they were owed royalties for discovering her. It wasn't the first time they had filed such a suit, and Judy wasn't bothered. She called the case background noise, and it was. The court found no merit and threw it out in 2021. These weren't the only lawsuits. In March 2013, Patrice Jones, the wife of Randy Duthett, the show's executive producer, sued Judy, accusing her of conspiring with Duthett to buy valuable cutlery and fine china she owned. It was a messy affair, and Judy returned the cutlery to Duthett, who then gave it back to his wife. Another notable lawsuit occurred in March 2014, when a lawyer named John Heyman used Judy's image in ads without permission. The show producer noticed and told him to stop, but he continued. Judy sued, accusing Heyman of using her image to falsely imply she endorsed his legal practice. Heyman countersued, claiming Judy had defamed him and that he was simply participating in promos for her show. No one believed him, and seeing he was going to lose, Heyman made a deal. He donated to her charity, and Judy withdrew the suit. It's her toughness that led her to where she is now. After Judge Judy stopped airing, she didn't retire. What would she'll do with all that time? Her grandchildren were grown, and instead of spending time with them, she created something with them. Before Judge Judy ended, she had a plan to create a new courtroom show, a spin-off that would appeal to a younger audience. She created Judy Justice. To do this, she decided not to work with bailiff Bird, telling him she couldn't afford his salary. Bird was surprised and hurt, thinking she should have at least discussed it with him. He accepted that it was time to move on, but fans didn't. This wasn't the first time Judy had treated Bird this way. She had never treated him like a friend and kept him at arm's length outside of the show. Bird didn't mind this, but he was saddened at the first Emmy win when he and Judy didn't even sit in the same row, and she allowed someone else to accept the award. Fans noticed her attitude and weren't going to let her get away with it again. When Judy Justice premiered without their favorite bailiff, they criticized her. The real reason emerged: she wanted someone who could appeal to a newer generation. In doing so, she nearly alienated her core fan base. Realizing her mistake, Judy brought Bird back with a twist. She offered him the role of bailiff in another spin-off show, Tribunal Justice. So, where is Judge Judy now? She has become Judy Justice and is bigger than ever before.